Yes, yes, yes. We made it. We did it. It is time to increase appetizer sales, to increase bar sales, to increase pizza sales with G&G closed circuit events. Nick Gallardi's on the phone right now. Nick, thank you so much for taking the time today. Really appreciate it.
Chris, my pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
We're talking fights. You can get started as early as this Friday. Douglas Lima, Jason Jackson. And Nick, it's ggccevents.com to get started, right?
Yeah, that's correct. That's our website, and there's a ton of information for customers, so some events that we have and upcoming stuff.
Man, it's exciting. This Friday is going to be a good one. Douglas Lima, Jason Jackson. Jason's on a five-fight winning streak. It's going to be a good one. Douglas Lima, of course, has beat the likes of Rory McDonald, MVP. What can you say about this fight? This is going to be a good one, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is Douglas Lima has been with, has had quite a tenure with Bellator. He's been with the organization quite a long time. Phenomenal fighter, phenomenal guy. Always puts on a show. Is ready to fight, and I expect fireworks. And Jason Jackson, I mean, you look at his resume, and he's beaten, Benson Henderson, Paul Daly. So, you can sure that main event will definitely have fireworks and be, so much fun to watch.
I feel like Jason Jackson, has a submission game that we really saw a lot from in the Benson Henderson fight, especially. Do you think that he'll try to utilize that against Lima?
I definitely think so. Lima himself with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background, definitely I think has the ability to have good defense when it comes to that. But, Jackson's ground game is incredibly strong. I mean, you look at Benson, Henderson, who's one of the, extremely decorated veterans in the sport and complete amazing competitor that he is. And for, Jason to do what he was able to do with Benson was, pretty amazing. So I expect that to definitely be a big part of the fight. And there'll be a lot of back and forth on the ground, that's for sure.
And we know Douglas Lima has some excellent hands, was able to put away MVP before anyone else thought it was possible. So, I think we'll probably see a mixture of both. But, Nick, you want to talk about a ground game. Let's fast forward to Bellator 284. Neiman Gracie and Goichi Yamauchi both have incredible submission skills. But, of course, with that Gracie name, Neiman, a lot of people are excited to see that one on August 12th.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's, Scott Coker, the head of Bellator, does a great job of with his matchmaker and putting these fights together and, being a fan of the sport himself and just wanting to put on great fights for people to enjoy. I mean, Neiman Gracie comes from just an incredible lineage of fighters, you know what I mean? And so it really lends to his credit because that's what he grew up with. That's what he knows. I mean, that's what their family is known for and does. So, but Yamaguchi as well. I mean, another guy from, Brazil that, with strong Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background and really can kind of do it all. So, I mean, I expect this to just be another fun-filled back-and-forth war between two amazing fighters.
With Goichi Yamauchi, I'm seeing so much. I feel like I'm seeing shades of Lyoto Machida in his stand-up. He's so smooth, but also he really is a threat on the ground. I don't know. I think a lot of people maybe are giving the nod to Gracie in the submission department. But I don't know. I mean, who do you think kind of favors on the ground in that one?
It's tough because, I mean, Gracie does have such an amazing ground game, and he's shown that time and time again. But, Yamauchi can get it done. I mean, he's been so versatile on whether it's a stand-up or his ground game, and he's shown himself that, he's a force to be reckoned with when it goes to the ground, that you have to be careful or he'll get you. You know what I mean? So I think it's one of those fights again that, you could almost coin flip it as far as the ground game, as far as I'm concerned, because they're just both so well versed in
Absolutely.
their ground game.
100%. One fight that we know is not going to the ground. Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz heavyweight matchup, Sunday, September 4th. Man, I'm so excited for that one. These guys don't lose very often. And both coming in, with something to prove, I think, right?
No, definitely. I mean, there's a lot riding on the line on that fight. Again, people love heavyweights. Whether it's young heavyweights, guys that are middle of the pack heavyweights. Heavyweights have just always been such a draw for the American people in those matchups. So, especially these two gentlemen, they're such elite fighters with an amazing skill sets. And as you put so perfectly, Chris, they don't lose a lot. Luis Ortiz's only 2 losses were to Deontay Wilder. And, I had him ahead on both of those cards.
Yep.
Outboxing Wilder. So, but stamina and everything else can come into play, and maybe he got a little too winded from that, show he was putting on with his boxing talent. But, he's an amazing fighter who just has such an ability to weather the storm. And, his last event with Charles Martin, who held the IBF heavyweight title, got dropped but got back up and stopped Martin. It was phenomenal. And we did that fight as well. That was the beginning of the year. And then, you have Andy Ruiz, first ever Mexican heavyweight champion. I've watched Andy pretty much since early on in his career. He's got amazing hand speed for heavyweight and great footwork. And as long as, he's in shape, which he looks, and everything I've been seeing lately, he's in amazing shape, and is going to bring it to this fight even more so, because both gentlemen have the potential, the winner of this is going to get a shot at the WBC heavyweight title.
It's going to be exciting. Looking forward to it. Nick Ghilardi, thank you so much for taking the time today and talking about some fights. Really appreciate it.
Chris, again, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's all my pleasure, and I can't say thank you enough. I appreciate the time you took with me today.
And real quick, again, it's ggccevents.com. Is that the best way to reach out to get some of these events in one's pizzeria?
Yes, that is one way. And then we have a very experienced, well-versed staff that is more than happy to answer any questions that customers have, help them through if it's their first time, buying an event and showing it in their establishment. They can get a hold of us at our toll-free number, 888-756-6601.
Nick Ghilardi, G&G Closed Circuit Events. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. Take care and have a great day, Chris.
Boom.